Hello Aries and welcome to your twin flame reading. Um, Welcome to my channel. Like, share and subscribe if you like the content. I'm giving away a free reading to one of my lucky subscribers. The winner will be announced once I reach my first 100 subscribers. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. Those details will be in the description box below. This cannot and will not resonate with everybody, so take what does and leave what doesn't. Check out your moon, rising and Venus signs, see if they resonate, and also you can also check back in a few months and see if it resonates then, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm using two separate decks, one for yourself over here, one for your twin flame over here. Just to save time, I have pre-shuffled my decks prior to starting this reading. So let's get started. Tell me what's happening with Aries and their twin flame. How does Aries currently feel about their twin flame? How does Aries currently feel about their twin flame? How does Aries currently feel about their twin flame? How does Aries currently feel about their twin flame? Well, cards aren't giving me anything right now. What's the current situation? Ooh, hang on. No, that's too many. Ooh, that one just flew out though. Here we are. Okay, so we may be into joyful times. We may be into joyful times, or you could be in a third party situation, or you could be in a karmic connection. So let's just see what else cards bring out for us. What's happening with Aries? What's the current situation with Aries and their twin flame? Current situation with Aries and their twin flame. Current situation with Aries and their twin flame. Current situation with Aries and their... Too many cards. Ooh. Current situation with Aries and their twin flame. I'm dropping cards all over the place here. Current situation between Aries and their twin flame. Well, that one did want to come out. Okay, so there is an offer coming in. There's an offer coming in. Or you're going to make an offer. I think if it... So with that Three of Cups and that... Three of Cups and Knight of Cups, you could be dealing with a water sign. So that's Pisces, Cancer or Scorpio. So I do see here that this is a joyful time for you, a time for celebration, a time for having a bit of fun. And I think maybe you are planning on making an offer, or you're waiting on an offer from somebody to come in, and this is something you want. You want someone to offer their cup of love. We've got two cards there. Yeah, so you're moving forward with confidence, and this is definitely something. Four fell out, so I've taken four. I normally take three. But yeah, I think you have the confidence to pursue it. Maybe because you've waited, you feel like you've waited long enough. Or you may be waiting for the right time. You want to do this, but you're waiting for the right moment. You're waiting for the right moment. Tell me what's the situation with the twin flame regarding Aries. What's the current situation for Aries twin flame? 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 Oh. The Empress. So this is the Empress, but this can be a male energy as well. It's just the feminine energy, so there's feminine and masculine energy in everyone. So this is someone who's quite motherly. They're quite empowered. They're quite intuitive. They know what's going on. They just know what's going on. So they see you. You see? And maybe they're just sitting there knowing and waiting for you to make that right moment, to take that chance at the right moment. Or they could also be waiting for that right moment. But they're in their power. They're quite confident with themselves right now. Ten of Cups, they want a commitment. They're looking for emotional fulfillment. You could already be in a commitment with this person and you're just moving forward together confidently, but maybe you're waiting for that right moment to move to that next level. And if that's the case, they want that too. Oh, I've got 2 cards, so you're getting 4 cards, right? Again, yeah, waiting for that right moment. King of Swords. So maybe this is someone who says it as it is. They may come across a bit emotionless, not showing exactly some. Maybe that's what that Temperance is about. They're holding back a little bit. They're they're the sort of person who's this could be them or this could be how they see you. Obviously, feel free to reverse the roles. This is someone who just is blunt and they say what's on their mind. They say exactly what they're feeling. They say exactly what they're thinking. But they do also hold back with their emotions. They don't let on what they're feeling. They don't always let on what they're thinking. But when they do, they say it exactly as it is. So they can come across a bit stern and cold, but it's not necessarily how they actually feel. I don't know why I took that, but you've got the Queen of Swords, so I am seeing this as some kind of divine union. I think maybe you're in that same energy, actually, if you look here. And they're facing away from each other. So I think you both feeling the same. You both want the same things. You want to move forward, but you're not being very forthcoming about it. Okay, so what's Aries' next steps regarding their twin flame? Aries' next steps regarding their twin flame. Aries' next steps regarding their twin flame. Okay, so 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, so you're currently doing you. You are looking after yourself. You're making yourself a priority. You're not putting them on a pedestal. I feel like maybe they want you to. I do, with that Temperance and that King of Swords there. But you're not doing that. You're making yourself a priority. You're waiting for the right time. Aries' next steps regarding their twin flame. Okay, so I'm seeing a new start here. I am seeing a new beginning. There's change to come. There's some sort of change happening. There's an end of a cycle. There's a change happening for a new start. And you've got the Fool here as well, which can it's kind of quite an innocent card, so it's going into things blind, not necessarily blindly, but without overthinking the consequences or without it can represent sacrifice as well, making a sacrifice, but it's going forward with excitement and rushing into something. I think what this is maybe the end of this cycle. I mean, it's good that you are looking after you, but this cycle of where you're both not fully communicating properly, not expressing how you feel, I think that's going to change here. I think that's going to change soon. And you're going to dive into it. Yeah, there's movement out of a situation here. Obviously with these swords still in the boat, that means they're taking that with them, so it's moving out of an energy into a new energy, because it's a 6, so it's not the end of a cycle. This is the end of a cycle. So maybe you've changed your outlook. Maybe you've decided not to hold back so much and just dive in and tell them exactly what you think or exactly how you feel, which is what I get with those swords as well. You could also be dealing with an air sign with those swords there, so that's Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. they're not ending a cycle, they're just changing something, moving out of a situation. But if these swords represent their love for you, they're taking it with them. Whatever it is, they're taking it with them. What's the situation? Next steps with the sword, with the twin flame. Oh, yeah, they are. A new start. There is a new start there. So they're moving out of that situation, and there's a new start. There's a new emotional start. There's new communication, because you both want the same thing. I think you've maybe laid it down. Who was it else who had this? Aquarius. That's an air sign. They had a similar thing. I saw that they were given an ultimatum, all or nothing. It could have been that they were getting one from yourselves. They could have been dealing with a fire. I don't know. But I'm seeing that. Not necessarily given an ultimatum, but it's maybe more that you've ended a cycle within yourself, actually, with this. I feel like you've ended a cycle within yourself. One where you have been a bit careless in the past, and now you're being a bit more sensible. One where you have lacked communication, and now you want the communication. Because you are moving forward with confidence. You are in a time of joy and happiness. And you've been looking after you. And now you're ending a time where you're shutting them out and pretending you don't care. Because, yeah, communication. Definitely seeing communication and revealing things to each other. And they're going to reveal to you how they feel as well. Let's see what the outcome is going to be. What's the outcome for Aries and their twin flame? What's the outcome we got from Aries and the twin flame? What's the outcome for Aries and the twin flame? Ooh. Wow. So, Two of Pentacles. So there's been some confusion, there has been a lack of communication, things have been juggled and tossed about and not really coming to light. But then there's the Ace of Swords there, which is bringing about a breakthrough. You're ready for a breakthrough, for success. You've both decided that that's the best way forward. And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles here. You realise you have something special between the two of you. So you could also be dealing with an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo or Capricorn. But here you have the World, which is completely ending a cycle to start something. This is something where you've gone through everything you need to go through, completely closing a chapter to start a new one with this person. One that is full of joy and celebrations. It's like all the lessons you've needed to learn from that cycle have now been learnt, and they're there for you now to take forward into this next chapter with this person. So all the best to you, Aries. I hope you enjoyed your reading. Thank you very much, and I will see you very soon.